Greetings, scholars. I want to take a few minutes just to talk the final exam for the semester. Uh, it's over. We just have to get through the final examination and then we can be done. So, your final examination for this semester is going to be a literary analysis. All of you have written a literary analysis before if you took English 102. So, for the final examination, I have posted to Blackboard for you uh, the short story Thank You Ma'am by Langston Hughes. The story is only 3 pages. The story is only 3 pages. It should be easy reading. I don't want to give any details away, but there are only 2 characters in here, Roger and Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones. So read the 3 pages and read the 3 pages carefully. It should be entertaining enough to keep your attention. For the final exam, download the final exam here by clicking on the blue link. By the way, your final exam is due on Monday, December 5th by 11:59. Please read all of your instructions and make sure that you get the exam submitted on time. So when you download the final exam, I've tried to make this as easy as possible for you. So look at this. You have your topic here. The final exam for English 304 will be a literary analysis of Langston Hughes' short story, Thank You Ma'am. The short story is posted to Blackboard. You already know that because you've seen me pull it up for you. Read the short story and carefully examine the 2 main characters, Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones and Roger. For the essay, you will examine the themes of kindness, empathy, punishment, and family. I'm spelling it out. I don't want to complicate this. You do not complicate this. Follow my instructions, follow the guidelines. So look at this. You're going to write an introduction that is 5 to 8 sentences long. In the introduction, you're going to state the author of the story, short story, the title of the short story, and you're going to summarize the short story for the reader. You should be able to do this in 5 to 8 sentences. Describe the 2 main characters, and at the end of the introduction, I want you to present your thesis statement for the paper. Use a general thesis statement. In other words, you can use my thesis statement. I don't care, right? But keep it simple. In the short story, Hughes uses the 2 main characters to develop the major themes. Okay? I don't care if you use my thesis statement for the final examination. You may use your own, but don't complicate it. Keep it general. In the short story, Hughes uses the 2 main characters to develop the major themes. Okay? So the first major theme that you're going to discuss is kindness. Read the instructions and follow the instructions. Use a proper transition to introduce the theme. All of you know what a transition is. Most times, since this is the first theme that you're going to use, just say first. Go back to the thesis statement to get your topic sentences. First, Hughes uses the 2 main characters to develop the theme of kindness. Don't complicate it. Define the term kindness. What does kindness mean to you? I want you to use one specific reference from the story to illustrate the theme. Use MLA format to document the reference from the source. So look at the example that I have here in bold print. After dragging the little thief to her apartment house, Hughes notes, by the way, the highlighted areas. Hughes notes is a signal phrase. You're all familiar with that. Letting the reader know that you're about to state borrowed information. Hughes notes that Mrs. Jones, quotes, did not watch the boy to see if he was going to run now, nor did she watch her purse, which she left behind her on the daybed. Because the short story is numbered, you will have a page number in the parenthetical reference. You're either taking information from page 1, 2, or 3. So after you give me the topic sentence, after you define the term, after you tell me what the term means to you, after you give me a quote from the story, I want you to explain How does this particular action demonstrate kindness? And then I want you to analyze. And remember, when you analyze things, you want to analyze it from a position of what would happen today, right? In the year 2022, right? Would this act of kindness be returned to Roger? That is your analysis. And I want to make sure that you understand. I want to see that you are analyzing from your perspective in 2022. Okay. The rest of the paper flows the same. You have the second supporting paragraph, you will deal with empathy. Same instructions as the first paragraph, punishment, and family. In the conclusion, you're simply going to restate the thesis statement, discuss the moral of the story. Do you think, answer the questions, answer these questions. Do you think Roger's better off or worse off after meeting Mrs. Jones? Do you believe Roger will be a changed young man after his encounter with Mrs. Jones? Here is the evaluation. Here is the evaluation of final examination set up for you. You will know everything that I'm going to deduct from your paper. Format the paper according to instructions. In the top left corner, put your last name, first name, final exam, English 304, my name, and the due date is here by 11:59. Okay, this should be a pretty simple final examination. But as always, if you have any questions, please shoot me an email and I will be happy to respond and answer your questions. Good writing to you. Have a great day and be safe.